Salute omnes. Oh, we are acquainted, curious volumes. My name is James. Today is Tuesday, or a tag Tuesday. I'm doing an unusual tag today. It's a tag created by Fran at Fictionesque, and it is the Gladiatorial Combat book tag. Um, Fran, bless her heart, last year got a little bit obsessed with the movie Gladiator, the first one, and the character of Commodus and all the gladiatorial combat that goes into it. I think she went just slightly crazy thinking about it, but uh, she's created a tag, which is a lot of fun and is kind of unusual in that it only has a few prompts which I will enumerate for you right now. Number one, list the book character fights you'd like to see. Number two, describe what you think would happen or what you would like to happen. Number three, for fights where the loser survives, gives your thumbs up or down for the loser. So, as if you were the emperor observing this gladiatorial combat, would you let the loser win or would you have him finished off? So, number four, no need for me to tag you, but you must swear eternal allegiance to the fictionesque empire that is subscribed to me, that is subscribed to Fran, and tell people I invented the tag and link them to my channel and tell them how great I am and support women's liberation. Okay, so, so there you go. And Fran does a handful of these Frankenstein's monster versus Dracula, Rochester versus Heathcliff, Oliver Twist versus David Copperfield. It's kind of fun. So I came up with a couple of my own, and they're all from uh, pairs of books that have the same title. You'll see what I mean. So the first one I picked was The Secret History, um, partly because I know that Fictionesque is a big fan of Donna Tartt. So The Secret History by Donna Tartt and The Secret History by Procopius. So The Secret History of Donna Tartt, I'm picking Henry, who, if you haven't read The Secret History, it's about a group of classics undergraduate students at a private college in Vermont. Henry is sort of the as close as you get to an alpha in that group of undergrads. He's he comes from a very rich family. He's extremely intelligent, kind of a prodigy of ancient languages. So all these students are learning ancient Greek, and Henry is I don't know. He's sort of a leader figure among them as they get further and further into some strange cultish activity. The other book so is The Secret History by Procopius, and this was a history written by someone who witnessed events in the Byzantine court of Justinian, Emperor Justinian and Theodora. So the character I'm choosing from that is Belisarius, who was the general of the Byzantine Empire and who was instrumental in a lot of the reconquest of some western parts of the empire under the reign of Justinian. So, what do I think would happen in a combat between Henry and Belisarius? Well, for one thing, Henry has a gun, and Belisarius would not know anything about guns. Um, on the other hand, Belisarius is a seasoned military man. He's a fighter. And Henry is a soft little soy boy from Vermont, right? Henry, we do learn, has kind of very few moral qualms. And he, okay, spoiler alert for The Secret History, Henry does shoot one person. Well, he shoots two. I won't give that many spoilers. But Belisarius, as long as he doesn't get shot by Henry, like if Henry shoots wide or kind of hesitates for a moment, I'm pretty sure Belisarius would take him out pretty handily with a spear or a sword or something like that. You just kind of have to get past that initial thing. And if they're facing off, um, I don't know. I guess Henry would probably shoot Belisarius. Um, so that's unfortunate. I mean, I don't know if it's unfortunate. Belisarius probably personally killed thousands of people. So let's see. In this situation, um, say Belisarius survives his initial shooting. Um, would I go thumbs up or thumbs down? My instinct is to say thumbs up, let him live another day. But as the last of the Romans, Belisarius would probably relish being put down at the end of a gladiatorial combat where he was grievously injured. So I don't know. I think I have to go with my own moral instinct here and say thumbs up. Let him live another day. Okay, moving on. So the next pair are characters from books called The Information. So one book called The Information is The Information, a novel by Martin Amis, and the protagonist is Richard Tull. He's an avant-garde novelist and book reviewer, and the other book, The Information, A History, a Theory, a Flood, from 2011 by James Gleick. And this is a history of information science. There's many brilliant mathematicians and physicists in this book. The one I'm choosing is Norbert Wiener, who was a mathematics prodigy who graduated college at like 17 and taught at MIT. And invented the field of cybernetics, or at least the theory of cybernetics, which was very influential in computer science later on. So these are not natural fisticuff type fighters, but Norbert Wiener was famously brilliant, mathematically, but also very absent-minded. So there's a story that when he was in middle age, he went home from work at MIT one evening and found that his house was empty and all the furniture was moved out. And he's like, "What the heck happened here?" And there was a young girl in the house, and he asked this young girl, "What happened? Where did everyone go?" And she said, "Mommy said that you would forget that we were moving today, Daddy. I'll take you to the new house." And she takes his hand and leaves him at the door. So he forgot not only that he was moving, but didn't recognize his own daughter. Now, this is supposedly an exaggeration of something that did happen. Now, Richard Tull, it's been a long time since I've read either of these, by the way. So Richard Tull in Martin Amis's The Information has a friend, I think his name is Gwen or Glenn, who is a more successful novelist. And Tull is very jealous. He spends most of the novel trying to sort of undermine his friend's success, trying to kind of get people to turn against him. But everything he does kind of blows up in his face. So Tull he's a schemer, but in a way kind of a wily coyote kind of schemer. Things just don't go as he thinks they're going to go. Also, he's written a book that is so modernist and difficult that no one is able to read it. And his agent starts reading it to submit it to editors or such, and she just gets these blinding headaches. One person, he actually manages to get it published and goes on a book tour where he's meeting people who have some influence in the bookish world, and he's trying to subtly turn them against his friend, but it always kind of turns out to be not that. And eventually he realized that he hasn't really known what was going on the whole time anyway. So who would win? I think Norbert Wiener would he's certainly smart enough to to outsmart Richard Tull, but Richard Tull would also be outsmarting his own self. I think whatever happened in this fight, Norbert Wiener would come out on top, um, but probably would not kill Richard Tull. And Richard Tull, I would let him live because I don't exactly relate to him, but I kind of understand Richard Tull. So yeah, I'd let him live another day. That's probably punishment enough. So there you go. Okay, number three. I mean, this is the last one. I'm not going to drone on about this forever. So the third, I have Birds of America by Laurie Moore. This is an acclaimed collection of short stories. And the character I've chosen, the gladiator for this, is Ruth from the story Real Estate. Now, Ruth is a married woman, not very happily married woman, who has lung cancer, and she and her husband are thinking of selling their house. But she's also learned how to shoot a gun. Okay, so she also has one lung, so that's a one thing down for her, one advantage that she has. And the other gladiator is going to be from Audubon's Birds of America. It's going to be the Arctic Tern. Okay, so the Arctic Tern versus Ruth, a Laurie Moore protagonist. Okay, so the Arctic Tern is famous for a couple of things. For one thing, the Arctic Tern can migrate. Well, the Arctic Tern does migrate for further every year than any other member of the animal kingdom. That's how I read it. I don't know if there are bacteria or funguses that migrate further, but that's how I read it. That the Arctic Tern has the longest annual migration of any animal, any member of the animal kingdom. The Arctic Tern also can sometimes, in groups, attack a human to defend their nest. So they will coordinate and can, generally they go for the scalp, and they will, create bloody scratches and beak marks, I guess. So that's an advantage the Arctic Tern has. Probably Ruth is not going to be a terribly good shot with her gun, so she'll probably miss, and the Terns will gang up on her, and she'll have to retreat, is what I think. Her nerves will be shaken. She won't be quite up to the task. I'm sorry, Ruth. It's just the case, and then further, the Arctic Terns, they if things start to go to turn in Ruth's favor, the Arctic Terns can migrate a great distance, and Ruth, remember, only has one lung, so she can't really chase them effectively. So I think it's probably going to be a draw, because I don't think the Arctic Terns are going to, fully take out Ruth, but neither of them is going to do that well. The Arctic Terns will be, Ruth might shoot one or two, but I think the Arctic Terns are overall going to do better. Ruth, I can't give her the thumbs down. She's got it hard enough, and it's just not my nature. I gotta say, thumbs up for Ruth. Let her live and smoke another Winston another day. That's my judgment on that. Okay, so as Fran says, no need for me to tag you, but if you want to do this, I don't really swear eternal allegiance to the fiction-esque empire. I've already got a parasocial cult leader, and his name is Steve Donahue. But I guess fiction-esque can be sort of a vizier. I don't know. Anyway, yes. So I am telling people that you invented the tag, and you know how great I think Fiction-esque is. It's a fabulous channel. So if you're watching and you want to do this one, go ahead and give it a try. It's very strange and very fun. Thanks for watching. Bye.